Ayo, back at it again with another video. Thank you all for watching. I greatly appreciate it. So, haven't talked about Ukraine in a little bit. Not a whole lot going on. Obviously, there's a lot of daily confrontations, but movement along the line has pretty much stalemated, stagnated, drawn to a halt. Honestly, whenever I watch videos or see pictures online of Ukraine, it kind of reminds me of when I was watching All Quiet on the Western Front. There's a lot of mud and blood, and not a whole lot of movement between both sides. The front line is kind of stagnated and kind of drawn to a halt. So this was the Kherson offensive, Kharkiv offensive 2022. The Ukrainians tried to push along this axis. Orikhiv was the most successful that they have, this Orikhiv Polohi axis. It got a lot of territory taken back here, but in the grand scheme of things, if the end result was trying to sever this land bridge, then it wasn't entirely successful. So there was success. They actually pushed Russia back in a handful of areas, but Tokmak is still under Russian control. Melitopol, Berdyansk, Mariupol. I'm trying to see if I can find measurements. So to Melitopol, it's about 75 kilometers from, to the Sea of Azov, you're looking at about 90 kilometers. Now, I'm an American, so I don't use kilometers. I don't entirely understand it. But I know that that's pushing it for HIMARS range. However, if you're looking for things like ATACMS or Storm Shadow or Scalp or whatever other longer range missile that the West provides, could definitely target all of this land bridge here. Could definitely. No, I don't want to copy the coordinates. I want to measure. So Tokmak's about 22 kilometers away. Melitopol, about 80 kilometers. But I think the thing that you really need to focus on is this. I think this is the M120 or some I don't know. I'm not entirely sure the exact number, but I think this highway right here that goes from Mariupol through Berdyansk, Melitopol, and into Crimea. That's strategic. If you're able to put a HIMARS launcher, or you can potentially get F-16s coming in here in the next couple weeks and months, and then really hamper this this road. I think it's the M20 or M12, but if you can hamper that and really disrupt Russian logistics, especially along Melitopol, Berdyansk, Yalta, Mariupol, can really hamper Russian logistics, because Russians probably aren't getting their logistics closer to the front. The way they're getting it is from Crimea, or by boat, or through the land bridge. So if you're Ukraine, you could definitely try and hamper Russian logistics that way. On this side of the battlefield, the main battle that I've seen the past couple weeks and months is Avdiivka. Now, on the map, it doesn't look that great. You're surrounded on three sides. But this lighter shade of red is the area that the Russians have been able to capture since the full-blown invasion in 2022. So if you look at just this area right here, the Russians in 2 years haven't made a whole lot of progress. it looks bad from the Ukrainian perspective, but they've been holding out for 2 years here in Avdiivka. I feel like the Ukrainians at some point will pull back because obviously you're getting surrounded by three sides and they're trying to really push these pincers. So you're probably going to pull back probably to, this little, section of higher ground right here. But I don't think the Ukrainians plan on doing that in the next couple weeks or months, because then if you pull back from there, then you know, you give issues, make it harder for troops up here and up here. So, not a whole lot of movement in the front. I feel like the Ukrainians are. I'm not entirely sure what the Ukrainian battle plan is for 2024, but I don't see an offensive coming anytime soon. I think the Russians are on their offensive around Avdiivka, but I feel like once the Ukrainians really get their F-16s and could definitely start trying to hamper Russian logistics in this Mariupol-Melitopol axis. But every picture and video that I see coming out of Ukraine, it's very reminiscent of when I was watching All Quiet on the Western Front. So, at the moment, stalemate, all quiet on the Ukrainian front, but who knows? Anything can happen. So, with that being said, that's the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.